I'm going to do my best to explain the way the United States works and how this race is really a class or caste system. And we're going to try to show you the different status levels of the caste system. And where we had a physical war, the more I understand it, we also had a legal battle also. And where the North won the physical battle, I'm going to kind of show how the South actually won the legal battle. They ended up setting up the caste system that they wanted to keep white supremacy. And this is how it works. The Emancipation Proclamation, done in 1863, it says, in a single stroke, it changed the federal legal status of more than 3 million enslaved persons. What was the federal legal status change? Slave to free. So slave is one legal status and free is another legal status. Let's go to some supporting documents. In the Naturalization Act of 1790, let's back up a little bit. This is the first original naturalization law. The importance of this one is that it states that free white persons you had to be free white in order to be a citizen. And it shows you some other status, like the American Indians or the indentured servants or the slaves. These are different statuses. And here's free blacks. So free blacks is a status that isn't a slave that occupies the United States at this time. And they are represented in the law here. It says their status right here very clearly. And so in the Emancipation Proclamation, you went from slave to free black. And they need to update their system to free black, because that is a different federal legal status. It does not represent a citizen. It's just a free black. Now, the southern states were extremely upset that this presidential proclamation, an executive order, was issued to change the status of their free labor. In 2 years' time, they came up with the black codes in response. Only 2 years were these laws allowed to be legal. But the southern states' response to the executive order was to create these codes. They understood that this proclamation put 3 to 4 million different status individuals in our territories. And we should be able to make legislation to deal with this new status on our doorstep. So even after the South lost the physical war, the Civil War, and it marked the end of slavery, they took advantage of the new status created by devising special state law codes. These codes were put into place to restore slavery and the essence of slavery and the dominance and the white supremacy that slavery made in the construction of our country. They wanted to keep their position. Like it says here, many Northerners saw these codes as a blatant attempt to restore slavery, but they only took advantage of the legal opportunity to enact laws that didn't affect the citizens, only affected the new status of people who were the free blacks. As South Carolina Black Code state civil rights, the Southern Black Codes define the rights of what? Freedmen. Not citizens, freedmen. The Black Codes gave rise to the Jim Crow era. These are all special codes for enforcing racial or the class segregation. What are they separating in their segregation? They're separating the citizens from the free blacks. You cannot have in a country of all citizens laws that separate the citizens. There's only one citizenry. But if I can do special law codes to deal with the non-citizens that occupy the same country that I live in, these are called black laws or Jim Crow. It is not equal status. These different levels of status are not equal. And so when people say black lives do not matter, or, try to say that black lives do matter, what they don't understand is that there is a status difference. Only whites can be citizens. And so the true danger of the black codes were that it taught you that you were black. And so you never understood that, guess what? You were given citizenship through the Civil Rights Act. That is true. You were born a citizen. But that doesn't mean that you can stay that way if you call yourself a free black, because now you have changed your status and you have lost your citizenship. You have demoted yourself And they have to treat you inferiorly because you have changed from a citizen to a free black. That is a different status, a lower one, and the law can't treat you the same. The system cannot treat you the same. They must maintain a separate system, but somewhat equal, but really not. The black codes and then segregation undermine the 14th Amendment because we didn't understand that we needed to change our language, that we were granted citizenship, and so we had to stop calling ourselves the free blacks in order to maintain our citizenship. To maintain citizenship here for everyone who is born here, you have to maintain your whiteness, because whiteness means citizen. When we fill out forms like the Social Security SS5 form, when we do it for our babies, they're asking us, are you a citizen, or are you a free black, or any of the other ethnicities? Because whiteness means citizenship here. And you're either affirming your citizenship, your whiteness. Yes, you were born white, and you maintain your whiteness. Or you're telling them that your babies are not white citizens here. They weren't born white citizens here. That I had a free black, and so his status is different. So when we look at the examples of the Jim Crow era, and we understand that we were granted whiteness, but we didn't take it, we decided to keep our blackness, which is an inferior status here, a free black that has not changed, because citizenship was never granted to the free blacks. You have to take that label, you have to give that label up if you want to be a citizen here. Jim Crow was all about separating, watch this, nurses. No citizen female has got a nurse in wards or rooms in hospitals, public or private, in which the non-citizen men are placed. Whites, the citizens, don't gotta get on the same, get separate ticket windows than the non-citizens. Railroads, divided by a partition designated for the race to which such passenger belongs. Which are you, a citizen or a non-citizen? Because us citizens, we got it a little bit better than y'all. They got to show us that. Our government has to do that because we are citizens and you are not. And so you got to treat us better. In the restaurant, at which a citizen and colored people are served in the same room, unlawful. No way. You got to separate it. Unless such white citizen and colored, the non-citizens, are effectively separated, the citizens shouldn't even have to look at these non-citizens if they don't want to. Arizona say marriage. Florida say marriage. Look, this is a class system that we setting up here. We don't want our citizens to be mixing with the peasants. This was never about white and black. This was about class. This is about a status difference that was created in the Emancipation Proclamation. Everything we're talking about is trying to get you to restore your citizenship, because it's always been in the white category that we can voluntarily pick when we decide that we want to be a citizen, that we want our vote to count, that we want equality. This is the importance.